The Scripps Howard Foundation is proud to honor excellence in public service reporting with the Roy W. Howard Award. The winner, the Los Angeles Times. A principal sits in the back of the classroom for a few minutes, jots down some notes, and checks satisfactory on a form. This is what was passing for a teacher's job evaluation in many Los Angeles schools. And with 99% of the faculty receiving positive evaluations, it was nearly impossible to dismiss underperforming teachers who had seniority. The Los Angeles Times showed there is a better way. In a 5-part series, Grading the Teachers, a team of reporters led by Jason Felch and Jason Song did what the Los Angeles Unified School District would not. They used the district's own test scores to identify the most effective and least effective teachers and schools. The Times was both praised and picketed for the disclosures. Education reformers and experts loved it. The teachers' union loathed it. Next, the two reporters, assisted by an outside expert and colleagues Doug Smith, Sandra Poindexter, and Ken Schwenke, created a value-added analysis of 6,000 elementary school teachers and 470 schools. This was accompanied by a searchable database that for the first time anywhere in the United States enabled anyone with a computer to discover how a teacher ranks in effectiveness among his or her peers. Response was overwhelming. The database alone registered 1.8 million page views. Even U.S. Secretary of Education Arne Duncan commented, saying, "The LA Times has ignited an important debate. It falls to all of us to meet the challenge."
This entry had everything. It had impact, it had quality writing, it had originality, it had a strong digital presence, and it had solid reporting.
It was asking for input from the readers. It was asking for input from the teachers and the students that were involved in their reporting. And I really felt like that set the tone for an open dialogue with the community.
It was a really uplifting series to read because you could see what made a teacher good and how much a good teacher influenced the life of a young person.
Please welcome Jack Howard Potter, a foundation trustee, and the great-grandson of Roy Howard, presenting the Roy W. Howard Award for Public Service Reporting and $10,000 to the Los Angeles Times. Accepting on behalf of the Los Angeles Times is Jason Felch.
Thank you very much. We're very honored to be here tonight and very grateful for the recognition. 2 years ago, we had a kind of crazy idea that parents had a right to information about the performance of public school teachers. That began a journey that lasted 2 years in which we went about trying to get that information and make it available to the community. In the process, we provoked a national debate. We inspired our local teachers union to picket the building several times, and we incurred the wrath of teachers all around the country for having the audacity to acknowledge that not all teachers are the same. Many teachers who we spoke to and who reached out to us said it was the first time that they had ever received any performance information, any feedback on their actual performance. Some were very grateful for that. Some were not very grateful for that. You can imagine how each of those groups scored. This kind of project, and I'm sure all of the journalists who are being honored here today, really makes you appreciate the wisdom and the courage and the incredible skills of the people that you work with day to day. And this endeavor took a year before our first story was in the paper, and it brought me into a close working relationship with Doug Smith, who's here with me tonight, Julie Marquis, Jason Song, Sandra Poindexter on the data team, Beth Schuster, our education editor, many others, Ken Schwenke on the web. When you do something that you know is going to be very controversial and you spend a year trying to get it right with very bright people working very hard and very long hours, you have the sense of accomplishment that buoys you above all the criticism that you may receive after that thing goes public. And I really appreciate Scripps Howard Foundation for recognizing this type of work. It was very controversial. We feel, and we continue to feel, that it was very important, and we took a lot of heat for it. So thanks very much for recognizing us tonight.